Hey guys, we're back in the saddle again, ready to play against Utulei, who are in third place. Remember, this is kind of a big match. We have dominated Utulei throughout this entire save, but this one's a little bit big, so let's see what we can do. I'm not going to make these changes to the team, I think, as I'm looking at them. Yeah, I don't think that we want to make those changes. We're going to put this team out here as, well, no, we do want Kalliope to be over here, so he'll switch with Silva. That does make sense to me. We want him there, him there. I think that we're okay, good to go. All right, let's see what happens here in this one. And we want, of course, a victory here today because we're fighting it out with, I think it's Pago Youth. And we've been kind of going back and forth here in terms of who's number one. So let's see what we can do. The only real sad point is that we haven't lost them in the last 19 meetings. It said they're below that to a Utulei, that is. That includes all of our friendlies that I haven't managed. We want to definitely win here. We do have a game up on Pago Youth. I was right, but we want to make sure that we get to first place. The only real blemish that we have is that single draw, and hopefully that won't be a problem anymore because I think that we have solved that dynamic problem in the clubhouse. So let's see what we can do here. Of course, Utulei ends up starting off with the ball, and then we win it right back, and it's Lin Guanda. Lin Guanda takes it up over to Sostara, the Cambodian, and that's the end of the highlight. So we don't get to see what Sostara did. I'm assuming that it was something that was somewhat positive because we haven't seen them come up with a highlight yet. And so let's see what we can do. Hopefully we can get some goals scored here pretty soon. Nordin is everybody's choice for the probable player of the season, and then Lin Guanda is maybe going to give him a run for his money here in terms of goals scored. Dava Jav ends up throwing the ball in, winning it back over to Silva. Silva down to Kwan. Kwan back to Sostara. Keep control. Over to Tavajav. Back to Davajav again. There's the crossover to Lutu, and that header was a little bit high. Remember, I was talking yesterday afternoon about those crosses and how we're trying to keep them low, and the reason why is right here. You can see it here. I mean, this is not necessarily a bad idea, but, Lutu heading that one in is not really what we want to do. If we possibly can, we would prefer to have a low cross instead of a high cross, because with a low cross, we have a little bit more flexibility. You can use either foot. Our players kind of lack in their heading ability. And, boy, what a horrible goal kick that was. Over to Rock. Rock with it over to Bahar Saihan, and it's up and over to Nordin, who scores easily. Is he onside is the question. That would be number 5 of the season, and this flag stays down, so he's good, and we're up 1-0 just like that. Rock had this over to our Mongolian friend, Bio Saihan, had that excellent forward pass over to Nordin. And so, I mean, I really don't like skipping half of the, squad like that, but sometimes it works. And that's Bio Saihan coming from the wing-back side there on the right and getting the good pass forward. Normally, I would like to see that worked into Lutu and let him make the decision, but if your guy's got to step on the defender, then pass it to him. 1-0 for PanSa East FC, and that's the way that we like to see it. But I do think, and I agree with this, that we probably can do a little bit more to really take charge of this match. We're seeing some somewhat sleeper performances here from a couple of these players. Uswardi with it, takes it up forward, and then passes back to Kwan. Kwan with the ball, and he passes this one forward. Again, looking for Nordin, and that will end the highlight, so we won't be able to see what happened there, but it probably wasn't a goal. And let's see if we can win this ball back here and get another attack going in. We have a somewhat large crowd here today, though it could be larger for a home match for us. And that was not a very well-designed pass forward, and we are behind here in defense. Fortunately, Fatu is able to run over and grab that one. It just barely keeps it from going in. That almost snuck its way inside. And we may have to make a substitution or two here soon. Latu is having a pretty poor match, and doesn't look like he's really up for it. And then Rock looks like he's a little bit tired. Davajav over to Silva, back to Davajav, back to Silva again. Silva takes it, moves it up a little bit laterally, ends up being headed back, and it's Silva who takes it instead of Kwan. Not sure what Kwan was doing. Back to Silva over to Rock. Rock tries to take a shot from there, which is a really, really foolish decision, but we win it back anyway. Bahar Saihan up on the right side. Bahar Saihan looking for the cross and pass back to Uswardi. Well, Uswardi goes over there for Lin Guanda, and he has number 6. Lin Guanda is the best player on this team right now and is probably the best player in the league, and that makes it 2-0 for PanSa East FC, and we are en route to winning yet another one. And I mean, Lingwanda has a guy right in front of him. You see that? He kind of, he kind of like went through that player. I'm not quite sure. That was another graphical glitch. Now remember, we're playing the game on a rather low graphical setting because Mac computer and all. But anyway, that was definitely a sight worth seeing. And Paulo now is going to come on and will play in that advanced playmaker role. I only have about 20 minutes left in this match, so we'll see what we can do. See if we can get another one here. It would be nice to score some more goals. Usuardi with it, and he lumps this one forward looking for Nordin. Can't quite find him. It's Johansson, who was the player that we found, Taiwanese-Swedish, who had the ball. Unfortunately, he's really inconsistent. Otherwise, I would have kept him. Usuardi with it now. You know that I love my Taiwanese-Swedish players, and this is a forward pass over to Davajov. Davajov over on that side, back to Silva. Silva up to Lingwanda. Lingwanda over to Calliope, and Rock takes a shot and scores. That's his first of the season, and that was a pretty goal by us. That was an excellent shot by Rock, and yeah, we'll let you take that one if you can score it from that far. I think he had one of those last season too, if I remember right, and it is 3-0 now for PanSa East FC. And remember, this is against the team currently in third place, so we're definitely demonstrating that we can win against just about anybody here in this league. About 15 minutes left, and we'll see what happens here for the final 15 minutes. It says Paulo would have preferred to stay on the bench. I hope he's going to be okay out there. It looks like he's playing all right. So Star with it over to Davajov. Up to Silva. Silva over to Paulo. Paulo in his pass misses Nordin. Now he wishes he was stayed on the bench. That was an awful pass. And we need to win this ball back. And it's Davosa who ends up getting behind the defense. And they're saying that he's onside. So I guess we will call that one onside. 3-0 still the score for PanSa East FC. Nuisila takes the corner. It's knocked straight back to him. And out for a throw. That's really odd that he didn't decide to go after that one. I don't really understand what he was trying to do. And there you have it. I mean, this right here, yeah, I mean, he's technically onside because you have this player back here. Who is this here? I can't even click on him. Who was out of position. So I suppose that was onside in a real technical reading of the rule book. But, I mean, reality is he was offside. And Davosa almost gets fouled there in the penalty area. Fortunately for us, that wasn't called. Because that was definitely close to being a penalty for Utulei, and they look like a really well-improved side from what we've seen in recent seasons, and it's all really my fault for bringing these foreign players in. Bayersihan now with the throw over to Kwan. Kwan with it over to Usuardi, down to Silva. Silva back here to Usuardi, and back to Kwan, over to Silva again. Silva now passes to Lingwanda, and Lingwanda now takes it down himself, back to Sostara, over to Silva, back to Sostara again. So Star will walk this one up a little bit, and he knocks it all the way back to Fatu. And so we'll start it up again. Usuardi now on the other side. And Usuardi lumps this one forward for nobody. I'm not sure what he saw, but whatever he saw wasn't there. I think it was Lingwanda that he thought he saw moving forward. Timed wrong. Rock ends up with the ball and then loses it straight away. And now we're in trouble here because this is a really good movement by them. Unfortunately for us, Davosa misses that header, and so this one ends up being a goal kick for us. And Kwan with the ball now, passes to Silva, over to Nordin. Nordin back to Kwan, over to Silva again, over down to Sostara. Sostara now with it over to Davajov, over in the end to Lingwanda, to Sostara, and then to Kwan. This is what we need to see more of. Silva over to Sostara, and he makes a pretty poor decision. I think he was looking for Lingwanda and didn't quite find him. He wins this in midfield anyway, over to Silva and to Paulo. It's okay, you can make mistakes now and then. Nordin, and that was a pretty poor attempt by Nordin to win that header. Rock almost loses possession right away. It's over to Silva, now to Lingwanda, and he takes a kind of a reckless shot there from range, and we want to work the ball into the box, but not quite like that. I'm not quite sure what Lingwanda was thinking, because we had definitely an advantage. Kwan shoved his man down and is going to receive a talking to here, not even a card. And so now we only have a couple more minutes left. We have a very small wall here, only 2 men, and we'll see what we can do. And there's the pass forward, and the header is up and over everything. And so now we can take our time here with this goal kick. And Fatu here steps back and is going to take a slow kick over to Sostara. This is walked up here, left side. He knocks this one forward, looking for Nordin. Can't find him, and that's the final whistle. We win this one 3-0. And we dominated this again, 67% of the possession. We had only a 0.54 XG, so that's kind of troubling. But it was a good match in terms of a possession domination. So we'll see if we can get better shots on goal in the future. 3 goals, though, is not too bad. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.